Hey guys, Susie here, and today I'm doing a brush set review for you guys. So as some of you might have known, I mentioned in a couple videos back that I've kind of been looking to try some new brushes, and I've been kind of brush hunting around, just kind of seeing if I can find a brush set that I really like. And I just kind of wanted to start off by trying out some drugstore brand brushes first. So one of the ones that I wanted to pick up and try out was this set, and this is the EcoTools Eco-Friendly Beauty Set. And this is from Walgreens. It's actually made of bamboo. It's a 6-piece brush set with cruelty-free hair, natural and recycled materials, and a reusable storage pouch. So it's really good for the environment, and it's made with synthetic bristles, so that's really nice because it's cruelty-free. So it comes in this little packaging with this little reusable pouch in there as well. The packaging is pretty nice, kind of has like a Ziploc enclosure thingy, and the back is just kind of plain and simple. It just kind of tells you a little bit about the brushes. So yeah, nothing too fancy. One of the things that it does come with is the reusable brush pouch, which I have to say I'm really not a fan of. It's made of a cotton and hemp material. It's quite small, and the way the brushes go is just in these little tiny spots right here. You can't even really see. They're just so really tiny and small. It's just really hard to fit them in there. And then what you're pretty much supposed to do is just kind of wrap this around like that. And I'm guessing you just kind of wrap this around and tie it up in the back. So it's just a little bit kind of weird, and it almost looks a little bit cheap. But, you know, it's not too bad, and it is reusable. So I'm going to kind of go in and show you guys each brush one by one, and just kind of tell you guys my opinion of them. This brush set is $12 at Walgreens, so it's not really too expensive, but then again, it's not also super cheap, but I think for a good brush set, it's a pretty reasonable price. So it comes with 5 of them, just like this. And the first brush that they're saying, this is actually what they're calling, a blush brush, and it's the biggest brush. These all have a bamboo handle on them, which is quite nice. This one actually says EcoTools on it. And they've all got kind of this like reddish brown bristles, which of course is synthetic. And they're very soft, like super soft. That was probably the first thing I noticed when I opened them and used them for the first time. And I've actually been using them for about a week. But they're still kind of firm enough to move the product around. However, they're not like harsh feeling or anything like that. And I actually really like this one. This one has a really good handle, just kind of fits right there in your hand. The brush is kind of a bit rounded almost on the edge, which is nice for placing product. As you know, blush especially would be good because it could go right there. You could also use it for like applying bronzer, because it would be kind of good for just getting into the under your cheekbone area and kind of going around the hairline, so that is nice. However, I wouldn't exactly call it a blush brush. I would just pretty much call it a powder brush, because you could kind of use it for either or, but it's a pretty good one. So this one they're actually calling the eyeshadow brush, and I actually really did not like this brush. It's a little bit too long for my taste. It's pretty long, and the bristles are definitely soft, but they're kind of hard. They're definitely not fluffy like I would think an eyeshadow brush to be. And you know, once again, the handle is pretty good. I don't know, I just really don't like this eyeshadow brush. It's really hard for me to find an eyeshadow brush that I like. And my current favorite that I've been using for the longest time is actually the e.l.f. Professional eyeshadow brush. And you can see the difference. This one is much shorter. It's definitely got a more fluffy, kind of rounded bristles on it. It's definitely not as long, and it's just a lot more round and, you know, just fluffy on the end, which I really like because this brush blends really well. This one, on the other hand, really does not blend well at all. It actually doesn't even apply the product on very well. You can kind of pat it on, but as far as spreading the product around, or if you're wanting to blend with other colors, it's not going to work very well at all. So I really didn't like this. I think they could have made it a little shorter and just a little bit fluffier, rounder for my taste, better for blending. The next brush in the set is actually the one that I keep on pulling the top off of. It is driving me nuts. This actually just comes right off, and that kind of irritates me because it kind of screams cheap. And even though this brush set was definitely not that expensive, I still wouldn't expect that to happen, so definitely not too good. But this is actually the brow brush, and as you can see, it's a really good shape. I've actually been using this one for my brows, and I do like it. It's just doesn't want to stay on there very well. That's the only thing that just really irks me about this brush. It's just so cheaply made. I don't know why this one and not the other ones, but it just drives me mad. So the brow brush is pretty thin, kind of got a angled side to it right there, and it's really good for kind of creating an arch and just kind of working in. I really do like this one. The bristles work really well. They're firm. They apply the product precisely where you want it. So it's really definitely one of my favorite brushes in this little set. I do actually like using that one. The next one they have labeled as a concealer brush. It's pretty much the same as the eyeshadow brush, but a little bit smaller, but still that same weird, awkward shape. It's not really rounded. It's definitely kind of, you know, thin. It's just really weird. And for a concealer brush, I guess it could be good for a concealer brush, but it really just doesn't work well for me. It didn't spread the product around very well. It didn't blend it in with my skin. It just seems really stiff. The same problem with the eyeshadow brush. It's just too stiff. So I really don't like this one. I have not even really used it. I tried it once and I just did not like it. The very last brush in the set is this brow groomer thing, and I'm not really a fan of these things. I don't know, I don't like them. Sometimes I use them, but I just really don't find myself using them a lot. I'd rather just use this brush part and just kind of brush those hairs into place with that. You know, it's not bad. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do, and the handle's quite nice and long, which is kind of nice, though I kind of prefer a little bit smaller. I don't know, I think it's easier to kind of get a grip when you're doing this. You don't want to have your, you know, handle this long. But it's really not too bad. So overall, the brush set is not that bad. I mean, I do like it. There's good and bad points to it. I'd have to say that I do like the handles. I do like the way they're made of bamboo. I do think that some of the brushes are a little bit cheaply made, and this little reusable pouch thing, I don't know. I don't like it at all. It's just not, they could have put something better in here. I know it's supposed to be like eco-friendly, but this just really is not good. I mean, the brushes hardly even fit in these little spots. So I really don't like that too much. And it's just a really awkward way to close. They could have put like a little flap or snappy thing, you know. But anyway, it's not too bad. So I'm going to keep on brush hunting because I really didn't find what I was kind of looking for with this one. I did find a few good brushes, but I really don't like the entire set. I would have to say a few of these brushes are good. This is driving me mad. This brush is just really just driving me up the wall. I would say this is a really good brush set. If you're looking for specific brushes, I would actually kind of just go and purchase them separately. I would purchase this one, I would purchase this, and I would probably purchase this brow one. Hopefully it wouldn't fall apart if you purchased it. But for the money, it's not too bad. Usually most good brush sets can be anywhere from $30 to like $80, $90 sometimes, or more, depending on what kind of brush set you're getting. So this one being $12 is definitely not bad. Probably more for a beginner, and I wouldn't even recommend it for a beginner because the brushes just really are so stiff and hard to work with. I think it would make things even harder for somebody that's just starting out. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I always try to give my honest opinion on products because I know when I watch reviews, I want to know the honest to goodness truth. If I'm going to go buy this thing, I want to know if it sucks or if it's good. So I hopefully answered a lot of the questions that you guys had, but if you do have any, please feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I guess I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!